As we've gone through the years, we've seen smartphones evolve and become the main thing that we always use in our day-to-day life. As smartphones evolved, they became more powerful with better hardware inside, specifically how ARM processors became more powerful throughout the years. With more power, they were capable of doing more things, for example, becoming the main way many people game, especially in third world countries. Now mobile gaming accounts for a majority of the gaming revenue worldwide, and it makes sense why. Not everyone can afford an expensive gaming PC or the latest consoles to release, but many people do have a smartphone, whether it be a budget one or an expensive one. Mainly companies like Apple and Qualcomm have been producing powerful chips for many years that go into various iPhones and Androids, to where some of these flagship phones are powerful enough to run AAA games on them. With Apple, we've seen that since the iPhone 15 Pro, some AAA games have been shipping on them, such as AC Mirage, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Death Stranding. Could we see a future where even popular games such as Elden Ring or Black Myth Wukong are playable on iPhones? What else is going to be possible, and will studios have at least iPhones in mind when thinking about where to port their games? With some Android phones that have Qualcomm chips in them, we've seen them be able to at least emulate PC AAA games on them, being that as of now, AAA games aren't ported over to Android like they are on iPhone. I don't know about you guys, but emulating PC games on a smaller phone just completely blows my mind. And back then, we would just use our phones for calling and texting. Look how far we've come now. ARM processors are the new rave now and are put into almost every device, whether it be phones, tablets, laptops, cars, etc. Every Apple device now uses Apple Silicon, and we're seeing even Microsoft trying to push Windows on ARM as well. ARM processors are looking like the future, and x86 might be a thing of the past, but that's a whole topic for a different video. Now that we've talked plenty about smartphones, why they're powerful now in modern day, and how gaming has evolved on them, let's also take a look at another form of gaming that has blown up in recent years: handhelds. We can go back even all the way to 1979 and say that's when handhelds really started with the Milton Bradley Microvision, but that's way before my time. We later then had other popular options coming out through the years, like the Nintendo Game Boy, Atari Lynx, Sega GameWare, Nintendo DS, PlayStation Portable, or known as the PSP, etc. After those releases though, in my opinion, what really made the handheld scene popular arguably has to be the Nintendo Switch when it released in 2017. I say this because as of 2025, the Switch is now the top 3 most sold consoles in history worldwide, which means it is putting up these insane numbers against other consoles such as the PlayStation 2, which I think is still the most sold console worldwide. With the release of the Switch, we started seeing everyone trying to catch up and get a piece of the pie, with Microsoft and PlayStation both planning to release their handheld consoles in the near future. Since the Switch was so popular, I would say that definitely helped Valve's case when releasing the Steam Deck, which was more of a handheld PC but was a viable option for those who wanted more out of their Switch without breaking the bank. Now, I would say handheld and PC handhelds are different because of their processors inside. Most of the PC handhelds have used x86 processors, but the lower powered versions that we usually find in laptops, while I believe that is not always the case for gaming handheld devices, like the Switch that uses ARM chips or other microprocessors. But for the sake of the video, I will group both of them in the handheld category. To circle back to the main topic of the video, both smartphones and handhelds have advanced so much, I feel like we're going to get to a point in the near future where they're going to begin colliding with each other, and it will be more of a preference on which to go for if a person can only choose one or the other. The new Switch 2 is going to be vastly more powerful than its predecessor, with more AAA third-party games coming to it. The Steam Deck is already loved by many and has influenced a ton of handheld PCs to come out, like the Lenovo Legion Go, ROG Ally, and others, shipping with Windows or even Steam OS now. Also, just a quick plug-in, I made a video on why I think Steam Valve is going to take over in 2025. I put a link at the top of this video or somewhere in the video and in the description if you want to check that out as well. Anyways, these handhelds are becoming more powerful to the point where you can play almost any game on them on the go. But the same thing can be said about smartphones, specifically with Apple right now. If we're getting Resident Evil games, Death Stranding, AC Mirage, and others on phones, what's saying we won't get more in the future? Especially when Apple continues making more powerful chips, and maybe in the near future Android phones start getting the same treatment with even more powerful, let's say, Snapdragon chips in them too. Smartphones are seen as essentials too because we're not only gaming on our phones, we're calling, texting, and scrolling through social media on them. On the other hand, you can also make the argument that still, as of now, the best gaming experience is going to be on these handhelds. So I think only the future will tell, but this is very, very interesting to think about and discuss. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, who would even need cloud gaming if our devices are becoming more capable every year? But honestly, that's another topic for another video that I might do. What do you all think about this? Will smartphones and handhelds come out on top for gaming in the future, or will there still be plenty of competition? With that being said, thanks for watching the video until the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already to get notified when I do upload. I'll catch you all in another MobCola video. Peace out.